So now that you guys have, through with the other video and through with your example, let's go ahead and check these together. So let's go through some of the properties now. We know, looking at the first one, okay, you want to do what's inside the parentheses first. So we have dividing exponents. Do they have the same base? Yes, they do. So we want to take x to the 5th power minus 3, okay? All right, keep that still in our parentheses, still to the negative first power, right? We know that 5 minus 3 is going to give me x to the 2nd power, right? Keep that in parentheses or your brackets. Now we're going to handle taking this and taking it to the negative 1 power. So we said taking anything to the negative 1 power, we're going to always have the reciprocal. So let's flip it. You're going to put what at the top? 1 divided by x to the 2nd power. So this is my answer, okay, for my first problem. All right, let me go ahead and make this little thing right here. Okay, now let's move to the second one. You guys can pause anytime you need to copy down the answers. All right, guys, for number 2, okay, same thing applies as the first one. We are dividing exponents first, have the same base. So I'm not going to rewrite this, but we know 5 minus 3 is going to give me x to the 2nd power. Now I'm left with negative 4 on the outside. So we also can raise a power to a power. There's 2 ways you can do this. We can raise a power to a power. So I know I'm raising 2 to the 4th power. So if I'm raising a power to a power, what I could do is I could multiply my exponent. So I have x, 4 times 2 gives me a negative 8. Now, because I have that negative exponent, I have to do what, guys? Have to do the reciprocal. So now I'm going to have 1 over x to the 8th power. Okay? This is now my new answer after I went through all the properties of exponents that we just talked about. Now let's move to number 3. All right, now look at this one, dividing properties of exponents. So we want to look at this. Do we have the same base? Our basis here is x, our basis here is y. No, we don't. So we cannot subtract like we did in the other previous one. But we do have something. We have a negative exponent. Now, all that means is if I have a negative exponent, I want to do what? The reciprocal. Now I want to put this into my denominator. Okay? Y to the 4 stays at the bottom. Okay? Now, because I have to take this and do the reciprocal, I put my 1 goes at the top, and now I'm left with x to the cube power. This is my answer. Okay? Okay, now we have number 4. Same thing applies. Dividing exponents, do we have the same base? No, we don't. Okay, so now you want to look for any other properties. Do I have power to a power? Are they multiplying? No, but I do see I have a negative exponent. Now, different than this one, we still want to do the what? Reciprocal, so I have to flip. Alright, so for example, if I have y to the negative 4, okay, over 1, that's what you're looking at now. Okay, I want to take this and do the reciprocal. So that means I'm going to now flip this whole thing. So now I have 1 over y to the 4th. Okay, just like I did up here in the first one. Okay, I took my x to the 3rd power and flipped it. Now I'm going to take my y to the 4th power and flip it up here. So now I have x cubed y to the 4th. Okay? Okay, let's try this next one. Okay, same thing. Do I look at my x, my basis? So do I have the same base right here? A, B, B. So dividing exponents, now I'm just going to do what? Taking our first exponent, 3 minus negative 5. Okay? Now I'm going to take B, 2 exponents, negative 2 minus 7. I was about to put 9, but that's a 7 right there, guys. Okay? Now, I want to go ahead and add it and do whatever properties I want to do with my exponent. So we know Negative negative means it's going to turn positive, so it's actually 3 plus 5. And then we know negative 2 and a negative 7, same signs we're going to add, so it should actually be a negative 9, okay? Keep it here. We know this will end up being 8. So let me go ahead and erase this. So now we have 8 to the 8th. All right. Looking at this, do I have any other properties I can do? Oh, okay. I see I have a what? You have a negative exponent right here. Negative exponent, we'll do the reciprocal. So now we want to flip this. Okay. 8 to the 8th stays in my numerator because it's not negative. Okay. And then I put b to the 9th at the bottom because why? It's a negative exponent. Okay? So this should be my answer for your last example. Okay? Now go ahead and grab one of the classwork papers for today and you have all these same properties on there. Okay? Good luck, guys.